Hello and great day to you. It's great to be back with you once again in this battle for correction and redirection. If you like what I'm doing, why don't you go ahead and give me a thumbs up? If you really dig what I'm doing, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? It won't cost you a single dime. And if you're feeling good, why don't you go ahead and share this video with someone? It might just help them along the way. And since you're at it, hit that notification bell. That way you're notified every time warriors like you and I get back on the battlefield for correction and redirection. Well, hey, I won't keep you long today. I'm going to come at you with just a quick little gem. And remember, in everything we do, we always want to ask why. Why are we doing it? Why is this or that happening to me? Why is this or that either helping or hindering my path to success? So today, we're going to jump right into this. Let's go ahead and look at this thing that kind of had a lot of people upset in the world, especially people from the American, African, or Black community. This thing, some might call it a phenomenon, but for a lot of people, we know it's simply the way things go. Let's look at this thing called blacks for Trump. Now, I know a lot of people want to label these individuals as sellouts, wannabes, so on and so forth. But first of all, let's be honest. Has there ever been a time in history that certain Black people didn't feel that they needed to do whatever they needed to do to get a seat at the table? Think about that for a minute. Can you think of a single time in history where we didn't have those type of individuals? Now, I know we spend a lot of time concentrating on Latinos for Trump. And I know these internet streets ate them alive. There were a lot of people laughing at them. There were a lot of people saying, don't feel sorry for them. There were a lot of people saying, hey, you asked for it, so you got it. And hey, I think we can also use that same paintbrush to paint the picture of Blacks for Trump. Now, we know one of the biggest things that we see, one of the biggest faults that we see within the Black community is the mindset of I got mine, now you get yours. It's this mindset of once I get to a certain level financially, I'm no longer part of the Black community. I am a part of, how can I say it, something else. Something that I can never be a part of, but I've always wanted to be a part of. Now, throughout history, we've seen a lot of Black people turn their back on their own, just completely divest from their own, and never look back to actually help their community once they made it to a certain level in life financially. And for a lot of people, not just Black people, for a lot of people in the world, we feel that money actually changed what we are. Now, I know, and you know, a lot of Black people wanted to show the world, hey, look, boss, I am different from those people. I am different from actually the person I am. I'm not really Black. I don't really look at race. I don't look at certain things such as a human being in that type of way. I don't look at the pigmentation of a person. Now, we all know in the eyesight of God that is so very true. But we also know that this earth and man seems to be getting further and further away from God. So even though we know he doesn't see individuals by the pigmentation of their skin, we know that mankind right here on this planet Earth actually does. So to all those individuals who feel that, hey, I'm going to do my best to show the world that I am not what I actually am, and I can be trusted to have a seat at the table, hey, as we all can see, it appears that you also have begun to FA and FO. We've seen that with individuals in Congress who walked out there, did the old Bojangles two-step shuffle. And first off, let me say, forgive me for using that, the old Bojangles, because Bojangles was an entirely different person. But those who went out and did the old step and fetcher, as they found out, guess what? No matter how much you hold my coattail and walk behind me and pick up my mess, you still nothing more than a part of the Black community. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a part of the Black community. Black people in America should be some of the most proud people in this country. To go from where you came from, not on that first cruise ship with Columbus, but on that second cruise ship in chains, to get to where the Black community, let's say Black people, are today. Free to be as successful as they want to be. Battling through trials and tribulations every decade, every century since landing on this continent. You should be some of the proudest people in this country. And you shouldn't have a desire to divest from your people. Now, there are evil, violent, ugly people in all segments of society, right here in America. So although mass media has pushed this image that Black people are some of the worst people on this planet, we all know that's not true. We all know that there's beauty in every segment of society. So to all of those who found that they need to divest from their own and actually sell out their own, and for some crazy reason, sell out their actual selves, hey, maybe one day you'll wake up. But for those who don't want to wake up, no problem. Right now, you're FA-FO. So I see you were actually able to take a little pawn off the board. Let's see what we can do with that. A simpler move.